YouTube, what's happening? We are back on another video. In today's video, we're just gonna be going over my Dreamville Fest experience for 2025, the fifth and final Dreamville. Cole finally cleared up the rumors about this really being the final Dreamville, because it was a bunch of stuff going on and a bunch of rumors flying around the week of. We didn't know what was going on, so they are going to be bringing back the festival. It just won't be the Dreamville Festival, but apparently, according to Cole, it's going to be a festival with that same feel. But anyway, just here to give a couple of things in my experience. One thing that I've been seeing on the internet is people have been talking about how the crowd didn't seem as hype or the crowd didn't seem as lit. What I will say to that is two things. One, the videos that I've seen don't necessarily do real justice to how lit the crowd actually was. There were some performances where the crowd wasn't necessarily like that into it, like they was kind of just vibing out and it was cool, but they definitely had performances like where it was hype, it was going on, they were singing along, you could hear the crowd. So the videos I've been seeing on like the internet and TikTok haven't really been doing the festival justice. And the second thing is, bro, it was hot. It was like 80 something degrees that day, and the sun was beaming, yo. It wasn't a cloud in the sky that day. It was just pure hot. It was just pure heat that we was dealing with. So you can imagine being on your feet all day, walking around in the hot sun, plus with the extra curriculars that some and most people was doing. Bro, it was hot. So people, for the first day, people was definitely like probably as lit as they could be, because bro, it was too hot Saturday. Now Sunday, it wasn't that bad. We had some cloud coverage, we had a decent breeze, so day 2 was a lot more live. It was a lot more hype, it had a lot more energy into it. But yo, we was dealing with the freaking sun all day Saturday. So there's that. Next thing, there has never, I've been to 4 Dreamvilles, I've been to 1 music fest, so it makes 5. So I've been to 5 festivals, that's including this one. This was the most efficient music festival that I've ever experienced or witnessed. Every artist showed up, for one. Every artist was on time. The most, if an artist was late, they started within about 5 minutes. No more than 10 for sure, but about 5 minutes after their set time was to go on. So if Erykah Badu came out at like 8:30, I think she came out at like 8:30, like 8:34, 8:35. Not necessarily sure, you can go back and check, but it wasn't that long until after her set time. So that was the most efficient I've ever seen a music festival. Everybody being on time like that. No one really, I don't think anybody really went over their time, and it didn't interfere with the back and forth of the music festival. If one person like ended, you can definitely catch the next person, or you had time to get across the park to catch the next person perform. So that was really good. I don't know what they implemented. I don't know if they charged. I don't know if they increased the fees for not showing up and showing late, but everybody was on time. And everybody's performances was good. The sound, that's what I was finna get on. The sound was real good this year compared to last year, even compared to every year. They did real good with the sound quality, and the sound actually working and not going in and out. The only instances where that happened was the beginning of Erykah Badu set, and did I say in and over again? It was the beginning of Erykah Badu set and the beginning of Cole's set, where they kind of ran into some mic issues, but they was quickly fixed. It didn't ruin the entire show. Outside of the performances, what a lot of people don't see within music festivals, and this is kind of like something I wish people kind of saw more of or took more into consideration, because music festivals are more than just concerts. They're really like a full-blown experience. You can go through, I got this hat right here, I got this hat from the Hennessy tent, I got this bandana from the Tito's tent. They had Starry had a tent out there. Bacardi had the Casa Bacardi, which is basically like a bar you could go into. It looked real good. I'll put a video in here somewhere, but that they had that. What else? What else? You had the food trucks, of course. You just had a bunch of things to do outside of just watching people perform. My favorite tent was for real, hands down, and they need to bring this back every single year, and they need to do this every single year. The Hennessy tent at Dreamville was so lit, bro. The day one, Saturday, Manny Fresh was the DJ. Manny Fresh was at the Hennessy. I'm gonna keep calling it a tent, but really they had like, it was like a container setup thing, but we just gonna call it a tent. They had Manny Fresh DJing at the tent, and Manny Fresh had the tent, had the area lit. It's like you have the Hennessy tent, and then it's just like open field, and pretty much people was dancing. It was like the club for real. If you got done watching the person perform and you didn't want to walk all the way to the other side, or you just wanted to turn up, you go to the Hennessy tent and they'll turn up. They did the electric slide, they did all the different line dances, and it was the time. It was lit. The Hennessy tent, crazy enough to say, was like it was like the club. It was like the little club party section of the festival, and that was lit. They had that there. That was my favorite tent. Plus the margaritas that they had 3 different ones. I can't remember the name of them. They had 3 different ones, and they all was fire. So outside of the tents, you just have different immersive experiences. I know Starry had a thing where I didn't even get a video of it. Starry had a thing where they had like a lemon lime thing, and then like you step into it, and then like they'll show you a video, or you take pictures and stuff, and then you kind of vote on which one you like the most. I didn't get to record that one, but it was a dope experience too. Next, we're going to talk about the food prices. Now you have 2 options. They have a bunch of different vendors. You can either go to the food trucks. You have your food trucks out there. I think they really only have about 4 or 5 food trucks from what I could remember, possibly more that I just didn't see. But they also had the different vendors like from around like the perimeter of the park, so you can get food and drinks and stuff. It's like your normal, it's almost like fair. Oh wait. Accidentally kicked the camera. But it's almost like fair food, kind of, sort of, or like a little bit better, or things that's similar. So you had like your pizza, you had your chicken tenders, you can get your fried chicken. You had like chicken sandwiches, fish sandwiches. They had different places had different things. And I had I had 2 things. I was finger ready to lie. I had 2 things. I had a pizza. I had a simple little pepperoni pizza, and then for day 1, day 2, I had like, they're called chicken nugs from the place that I ordered them from, but they're just like chicken tenders and some fries, and that's all that I had. As far as festival, you don't really want to eat too much because you're moving back and forth, and you're going to constantly be moving. If you get too full, you ain't gonna want to do nothing. You really gonna be sleepy if you really get too full in there. So you don't ever really want to eat too much at music festivals. And as much as some of the food trucks do be good, the food trucks do be fire, but even still, you just don't want to do it because you're just setting yourself up for failure. Now the prices of them, I guess maybe because I'm so used to going to festivals, maybe because I'm just so used to going to music festivals, I expect the prices to be what they be, but be expecting to pay about $12 at the least. If you want to get something like a drink or water or anything, I think like a water is like $5. A drink is like $8. Everything is like up. The price is up. They definitely tax inside the festival. Like, I think that's a given. They definitely tax, so make sure you bring at least 20, 30, $40 for a meal depending on how you eat. But I only needed like one meal a day. It's only for like a little something for lunch, just to give me energy to finish out the day. Because if you try to do a whole day of a festival and don't eat, again, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're gonna feel a lot worse by the end, and you ain't gonna have no energy to turn up to nothing. So please make sure you eat, don't fall out, and don't pass out. Entry into getting into Dreamville wasn't bad. It's simple. I'm guessing standard festival security. They check your bag. I have a clear bag, of course. They check your bag. If you have a clear bag, they just search through it. They may ask you to open it up if you have anything in there, like a rolled up blanket or hoodie or something. They may pull it out, ask you to look, flap it, swing it open, whatever, just so you can check it. Then you just walk through a metal detector, and as long as they don't detect nothing, you straight. So entry's real good. Depending on the time that you get there is going to depend on how long you are in the line to get in, because it can get pretty long. The longer you wait or the later you go in, the longer you're going to have to wait in line. And I believe at a certain time they shut off. I believe they close entry completely. I'm not sure what time. I'm pretty sure it's like much later in the day, when it's almost like probably a couple more hours left and ain't no point at that point. But how long you wait in line to get into the festival, it depends on what time you get there. Day one, I believe, got there around 2:30 ish. Waited about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, maybe, around 2 o'clock. Day two, Sunday, we actually got there early. We got there at around 12:30, around 12:30 ish, and we walked straight in. It wasn't really any line because the gates open at 12, and a lot of, most people was probably still getting ready or getting dressed, doing whatever it is that they doing. But we got there early, day two, and we got there around 12:30. Got in pretty easy. So the easier you go in, the faster you get in. The Ferris wheel was great. We did around, by what, two go arounds, like two arounds going up, and then that's pretty much it. The Ferris wheel was about 10 to 15 minutes. The line may be long, again, depending on what time you get there. The line may be long, but it moves fast. Like, you don't have to worry about waiting too long to get on the Ferris wheel. The line moves pretty fast. So I say we was in the line for maybe about 20 minutes, and that was it. And then once you get up, of course, you can see the whole entire park. You can see everything from up top. You can see both stages. You see all the people. It's a pretty good view and a pretty good shot if you're like recording and want to take a picture. But yeah, from everything else, am I missing anything? I'm trying to think. My favorite performance, I'm gonna say, is J. Cole. Could be a little biased, but that's all good. The reason why J. Cole performance was my favorite was because he went through, not his entire discography, but he went through eras. He went through different eras of just his music. From mixtape Cole, the warm up, the come up, Friday Night Lights. He did hits off of Sideline Story. He even brought some tracks from Born Center. I think that's what I was most happy with. He performed She Knows from Born Center. He performed Power Trip, of course, from Born Center. So those was really good to see, some songs that you never, or that he hasn't performed in so long. Like songs that he haven't performed in a minute. To see him perform all those along with his hits from 2014, songs from KOD. He even did songs from For Your Eyes Only. Like, he went through his entire discography, the off season up to now. He didn't do anything off of Might Delete Later, but I kind of understand it because that did come out like last year, so it's still kind of a newish album. So I think it'll still be good to give that one time. But even still with that mixtape, I think that was just a mixtape of him just pure rapping. But then the off season was like that too. But regardless, either way, it was really great to see him perform, you know, songs off of just from his whole career. And the way that the stage was set up, they had it set up like Muhammad's crib. For the people that know, if you know, you know. And that was a real touching. As a day one J. Cole fan, it was a real touching moment. It was a real I don't know. It was one of them fan experiences of, you see how long you followed the artist, bro. Cause I first learned about J. Cole around Born Center, and then the Born Center era, and then I kind of went back and listened to everything else, and I've been listening to him since, and I've been a fan since. So, man, so to see that and to hear him perform some of my favorite songs that he hasn't performed ever, that I thought I would never see him perform, it was a real touching fan moment, especially for me, man. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people felt the same way. But J. Cole's set was one of them sets that was definitely live as hell. People was singing, you had hands in the air. Like, J. Cole's set was definitely lit. We got to see him perform Too Deep for the intro with Erykah Badu, and that was a very important, dope moment as a fan. And man, I'm just happy that he gave us these moments. He really gave day one fans like a real moment for them. So shouts out to Cole for that, man. After Cole, I would probably say Ludacris. Ludacris brought a crowd. Ludacris brought a real big crowd, and they was live. So Ludacris did his shit, and really all the performers did their shit. From Ari Lennox was looking good. Coco Jones looked amazing. Tim's, Erykah Badu came out and did her thing. Wale, Big X the Plug definitely came out and did his shit too, bro. I fucked with Big X the Plug performance too. Nudie, 21 Savage, all the performers really did a good job. Glorilla, all the performers did a real great job, and they really made this festival. Can I say it was better than 2023? Maybe. I don't know. I have to go back and see. To compare the two, I don't know. I have to go back and like really go back and look at things, look at old videos, and really compare them together and try to remember the energy in the moments. But if this wasn't the best one, this was definitely the next to best Dreamville, man. It was, like I said, it was efficient. Everybody was on time. Everything ran so smoothly with this festival. It was actually amazing to see. So with that, man, I am going to end this video right here. If you've made it this far, please make sure you leave a like, comment if you have anything to say, and hit that subscribe button so you can know of all videos that I bring and drop on this channel. And until the next video, I'ma holla at y'all.